In this video, we're going to be going through a sketchbook of mine and also talking about the world of expressive drawing. This style of expressive drawing is all about letting your emotions and thoughts spill out onto the page. It's not about creating perfect pieces, it's about raw expression, like having a heart-to-heart chat, but with your sketchbook instead. I've been filling up this sketchbook with nothing but ballpoint pen sketches. It began as a simple way to unwind, but quickly turned into something much more. Each page in the sketchbook captures a different mood, a different day. It's messy and imperfect, but that's what makes it real. These are my thoughts and feelings presented in their most unfiltered form through a sketch. Alright, let's talk about the essence of expressive drawing. It's like capturing a lightning bolt of emotion on paper. It's not just about what you draw, but how you draw it. Your feelings guide your hand, and there's a freedom in that. You know, it's like your pen is dancing across the page. Each line and stroke is driven by the mood of the moment. Now, about the tools you can use in expressive drawing. It's, for me, recently been all about ballpoint pens, and I use all sorts of different tools for drawing, but I always find myself going back to ballpoint pens, and you might think of them as just something to write with, but there's so much more in expressive art. The way a ballpoint pen moves on the paper is unique. It can be smooth, but it can also catch and create these interesting textures. You can get really fine lines or press down for something bold and intense. It's versatile, and that's crucial for this kind of art. The pen becomes an extension of your emotions, helping you translate what you feel inside onto the sketchbook pages. So when you look at these sketches, you're not just seeing images, you're seeing emotions made visible. So let's dive into the different techniques used in expressive drawing. It's all about playing with lines and textures to express what you're feeling. For instance, there's hatching. It's like using a bunch of parallel lines to create shades and depth. Imagine you're feeling a bit tense. Hatching can mirror that feeling with its intensity and repetition. Then there's scribbling. It's not just for kids, trust me. It can be super expressive, like when your emotions are all tangled up and you just let it out onto the page. That's what's fun about scribbling as a technique in sketching. You can really break all the rules with it. And dynamic lines, they're like the roller coaster of your emotions, sometimes smooth, sometimes jagged, capturing the ups and downs. As for my personal style, it's a bit of a mixed bag. I love experimenting. Some days my sketches are full of tight hatching, really detailed. Other days it's about bold, sweeping lines and scribbles that barely stay on the page. It depends on my mood. This sketchbook is like a diary of sorts. Each drawing reflects a different day, a different feeling, and that's the beauty of expressive drawing. It's incredibly personal and varied. It's not just about following a set of rules, it's about letting your inner world take the lead. Expressive drawing is like a language for those complex emotions and thoughts that words can't always capture. It's amazing, really. When I draw, it's like I'm pouring my heart out onto the page. Each sketch becomes a snapshot of an emotion, whether it's joy, sadness, frustration, or hope. It's not just about creating something visually appealing. It's about honesty and about being real with what you feel. And when you, as a viewer, look at these sketches, it's like you're reading a piece of my story. But the cool thing is, it becomes a bit of your story too. You might see a scribble and think of a time you felt the same rush of emotion, or a certain line might resonate with you, reminding you of your own experiences. That's the beauty of it. These drawings aren't just mine. Once I share them, they start conversations, they might even evoke feelings, and maybe even offer a sense of connection. And that's the power of expressive art. It's personal, but it also speaks a universal language of emotion. The creative process in expressive drawing is kind of like a journey without a map. Inspiration can strike from anywhere. A song, a conversation, a walk in the park. Sometimes it's just a fleeting feeling or a random thought that sparks a whole sketch. The trick is to not overthink it. You grab your pen, open your sketchbook and just start. It's not about planning every detail. It's more about letting your intuition lead the way. Now, it's not always smooth sailing. There are days when the pen just doesn't move the way you want, or the emotions are too tangled to make sense on paper. Those moments can be tough, but then there are those breakthroughs where everything just flows and what you create really resonates. That feeling is incredible. It's like you've translated a part of your soul into something visible, something tangible, and that's the reward, seeing your inner world take shape and knowing that it might touch someone else's life in some small way. It's about the journey, the expression, and the connection that comes from it. Now, as we wrap up this sketchbook tour, I just want to say how incredible expressive drawing can feel when you're doing it. It's more than just making marks on a page. It's about telling your story your way. It's a beautiful blend of raw emotion and creativity where each stroke tells a part of your journey. And the best part, there's no right or wrong way to do it. It's all about what feels right for you in that moment. And if you're feeling inspired, why not give it a try? Just grab any pen, find some paper, and just start. Don't worry about the outcome. Focus on the process, on expressing whatever's inside you. Look at an object, draw it expressively without thinking about any rules. You might be surprised at what you discover about yourself. Remember, every artist starts somewhere, and every mark on a page is a step in your journey. So go ahead, express yourself, and see where it takes you. Thanks for joining me on this sketchbook tour. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and hit the thumbs up if you want to see more like this. Thanks.